What's up, beautiful creators? So today I'm giving you all a behind the scenes breakdown of a 30-second PSA commercial that we shot with THEE Dawn Staley. Make sure you stay to the end for a special treat. Let's get into it.
Scene 1 Alpha, take 2.
When I was really coming up with the treatment, I was just trying to think of ways, one, that we can bring people into her environment. She's a coach. We're actually hearing a lot of her internal dialogue as she reviews what kind of looks like stats, and then we realize that she's actually looking at this data regarding where the racial wealth gap is. So it's a call of action. We're motivating not only policymakers, the public, to just for policy change to bridge that racial wealth gap. That was kind of the vision for this. Super excited to see how it comes together.
We're shooting with the Ari Mini LF. LF stands for large format. I guess next to the 35, I guess the newest line of Ari cameras available. We're shooting with some Ari signature primes. Really nice lenses. They're native to the Ari camera, so you don't need any adapters or anything like that. So it goes straight into your LPL mount. We're gonna have probably like 3 receivers for our 1 Teradek setup. 1 for Village, 1 for myself, and 1 for our director. And
Yo, this the greatest right here, man.
It's
the greatest.
We working on it. We working on it. Brittney, our DP, has like a shot list kind of a thing, and knows pretty much how we're gonna just knock this out across the board.
So I have carriage, and when we came here for the tech scout, I pretty much from what she wanted, which was like a wide shot, I tested it with the lens. You can add in the camera and the lens that you're going to be using so you can get the exact frame. And a 40 was just like the perfect lens, focal length for the shot and the frame that she wanted. So we're pretty much going to be like going between a 40, a 58 for the first 2 scenes. We're going to use like a 75, a 95 with a diopter for like tighter shots. But pretty much most of the day is like the 40. But we can still do a 12 shooting out. The goal would be to try to, if possible, create like this really nice slash across. 2 bulbs into these lights, and then the octo was the motivation for this. Either like you probably got like a 6 for this, but if we can block. So my thing was, I don't know if you saw the black things that I had on to block this, because then we'll be just getting so much light.
Yeah, just control the whole
thing. Just control the whole thing, and then use that 600 with a big octo with an extra like half a quarter for the key.
So this is going to be their backlight. I'm gonna send it up, put it out here outside the frame. It really, you might hear people call it like a hair light. It makes the hair pop a little bit. So it's not as strong as that one out there or this one, just to get a little bit glow on the hair to make the hair and makeup artist look good.
And do we have a grid for it? Just because it's filling.
What is the purpose of all of this sweat and these 2 lights on the porch right now? We're basically creating a decent amount of what we would call ambient level inside the house. So we're motivating from the natural sun that will be coming from outside in this direction out this way. So these lights are basically doing the work similar to the sun. This one is gonna fill the room with like a nice soft daylight, and this one's gonna cut into the room, add a little bit more shape, add a little bit more texture, a little more warmth.
Before we get into the lamps, so my last thing is, could we put these books all together on a row, so that way it's like books, trophies, books. Is that possible to do?
Do you want them on this shelf? Or
yeah, just put those up with these, and then we can figure out what you want to do for that shelf. Just making up some candy there.
I'm dressing the candy.
So, as a DP, you're not just behind the camera. You're talking to client, you're talking to director, you're talking to producer, talking to your camera team, and so you want your team to be able to do what they need to do while you're busy doing like the actual technical stuff. So I don't want them to be like, well, what do you want? It's like, well, we talked about it. I need you to go out and like do your thing, and I come back and it's like, boom. That's very important to know as a DP. It's not just about shooting, it's about finding the right team, a collaborative team, because your team is gonna make you better. So when y'all all work together, it comes out like this.
So if you look up at that wall right there, okay. You see that?
Yep.
I'm trying to take that spill off.
Okay.
So a rip secret, don't tell anybody. We take little paper cups, just cut them. It's like a little shader. then you don't get that nasty smell. So trying to get in there just right so the camera doesn't see it and the viewer can't tell that we're hiding it.
What is behind the rationale of lobbing her and having a shotgun over
Well, one's kind of acts as a backup for the other. Typically, the boom will sound better, but just in case she moves in a way that gets off access, you might choose to lob. Generally, you just pick whichever one sounds better, and you go with that. You wouldn't use them both, but it's always good to have options.
Okay, so since we're watching a video about a PSA, I just had to make a PSA of my own. One, I want to make sure that you guys have subscribed to my YouTube channel while you guys are watching this amazing video here. Two, thank you for making it halfway through. Some of y'all don't be watching the full video. I get it, but this is some good content, y'all. It's some really good content. And three, make sure that you keep watching to the end because we're going to show the final result. It's always good to see the before and the after, the behind the scenes and the final to really see what goes into a full production. Thank y'all so much for watching thus far, and let's keep it going.
Hey, y'all. Uplift black women.
Just like that, cool.
Just like that.
Speeding.
Got it?
Is there a way we can audition it instead of actually putting it up? Like you just hold it up so I can see how it looks? I can stand on the ladder. That'd be great.
It's called a menace arm. It's a menace to every grip.
Call was for a camera move. No jib was available for the day, so we make a jib. What do we have planned? 3 speed rails, 8-foot speed rail, cheese plate, cheese burl, just a whole lot of grippage, and a good sense of information as it relates to how to use all of these things. So it took a little bit of engineering, a little bit of geometry, a little ergonomics, and here we are. So as soon as we fly this in, all you got to do is clip a camera to it, ready to go. Safety cable, make it nice and safe. That's what it's all about, safety.
We're trying to get like this 45 degree. So she talks to camera straight on and then it comes up and she breaks apart the wall and talks to camera this way. So trying to get this high angle with the concoction that we built. The camera's just really heavy, so we was having issues, but I think we got it. I think we got it.
100 grams.
Stay tuned. Trying to get a couple of B-roll for this transition I want to do with match cuts and stuff. It's tricky because she's dripped head to toe in South Carolina gear that we can't fit. So I'm actually about to go through with some of the stuff that we shot here at the gym to see how much more I'll need.
This project is super important because it's informative. A lot of times we go through our daily lives and we really don't understand the statistics behind what's really happening. I know we're worth more. We're worth more. So when you have it out there, you put people on notice and hopefully give people some knowledgeable facts and they can act on them.
Every time I've created a shot list and did the pre-production, my projects have came out exactly like how I wanted them to. I'm gonna show you real quick.
Okay.
And this is. We are doing B-roll, so we have a basketball where we hit Wilson, and we have a net literally from Dawn. So we're gonna get this shot, and the goal is in post to do these really fast cuts to show all this basketball-inspired stuff before we, when we go into the edit. So we're just getting straight on shots of the jersey, the basketball, the court. Before we go, always get extra B-roll as much as possible. So
The balls. When I hear the ball, it's a sound effect.
I was like, the balls. What are we doing with those? The basketballs. Yeah.
So I feel I like it. It looks beautiful. It looks really beautiful. Y'all did bring my little vision to life. Shut up. Don't be looking at me like that.
It's alright.
Uplift black women.
Thank you. Support black women, you heard?
Success goes beyond the court. 40% of black women working full-time have a total household income under $50,000. These numbers depict the challenges and the resilience of black women, students, heads of households, and those who've reached their well-earned retirement. Bridge the racial wealth gap and uplift black women. There's still time on the clock.